Okay, I've seen Ricardo doing these car videos recently, so 2 can play that game. Okay, this is the Lava 755 skate, and I was really intrigued to give it a go. So I've come to give it a go, and I thought, why not just film a thing to go with it? The reason I wanted to try it was because this Royale Groove here looks really intriguing. You might have seen my Instagram video looking at this, but it's really shallow. It's a different shape to any other Royale Groove I've seen on any other aggressive skate. It's just shallower, and it's like, it's quite thick. See what I mean? There's quite a lot of material there, like quite a lot of Royale Groove real estate, if you will. And it just makes it look like there's going to be a lot of contact between the skate and the thing I'm trying to grind. And I'm a really big fan of Royales and backslides, and it just looks like it's going to be good. So I was just excited to try it. The skate itself, yeah, interesting, because when I first saw these skates, they're a Chinese company, Lava. Lava owned the molds, but they made it an OEM available skate. So you'll see there's a Trigger skate that uses the same boot as well. That relationship has now ended, but Trigger do still have stuff available that they're selling that I just don't think they will in the future. But yeah, this is the Lava version, so the original guys that made the molds, and it's a Chinese brand. And when I first saw it, I just know I wasn't crazy about the design language. It just looked a little bit like a Chinese OEM maybe, like the angular shapes and stuff. But then that was the black one, and then I saw the white one, and I just didn't mind it at all. I quite like it. For some reason, the white was making it look more premium. I mean, it is a budget skate, right? But yeah, there's something about the white that I really liked. So we ordered it in, it's here, and then when it came, I just really I quite fancied giving it a go. I actually like the silhouette of it. Ignoring this kind of line work, this angular line work at the back, the silhouette is a little bit Razor Colt-like, and I really like Razor Colts. And then from the top down, it looks like an Aeon. It's got this like flat thing going, it's quite flat and wide across the top, and shallow. Like you'll find out in a minute. Well, I've tried it on already, and it fits very like low on your foot. You can feel. So if you had a taller foot, it would feel tight. But for me, it works perfectly because it holds your foot in place really nicely. So yeah, from the top, it looks a bit like an Aeon, and then obviously it's got that Power Slide Next thing going on as well. For those of you that don't know, Power Slide Next is a freestyle skate by Power Slide, and it's got this similar kind of toe part here. This toe bit, by the way, is made of a soft material. It's squidgy, and it might even be the same material as that shock absorber in there. So that's interesting. It doesn't really do anything, just interesting to have those different textures and materials on it. So yeah, I quite like the white version. I thought it looked quite good, and intrigued about the backslides. What I've done here is, I know it would be best for me to, if I was going to do a proper review, is review them with the original frames. The frames they come with, they're an anti-rocker frame. They come with anti-rocker wheels. I don't skate anti-rocker, so I've put my Wish frames on them, because if I skated them out the box, then it wouldn't be a very good review, because I'd just be stumbling around, because I'm, not an anti-rocker guy. I'd need to get used to that. But they look good for anti-rocker frames, the ones they come with. And also, yeah, they've brought out this Stephen Swain Pro version of the skate. So the red one, you might have seen it. It's got aluminium core wheels on it. It's got upgraded insoles. It's 20 quid more expensive at £180, whereas this one's £160. And yeah, it's cool to see them do that, because Stephen Swain, someone who definitely deserved a pro skate at some point in his career, never got one. It's interesting. It's just cool that they're a Chinese company, and they had their finger on the button enough to like find people like Stephen Swain in the West, I suppose, and Mike French in the States as well is skating them. These sponsored skaters, it probably just took some effort and took some level of being involved in the scene to find these people to work with. because if you ask me to sponsor a Chinese skater, there's no one off the top of my head who I could name. I'd have to really look into their scene and just, discover. So I think that's cool. It shows that they were dedicated. And this is skater run, by the way. This isn't just some like wacko factory thing that's brought out a budget skate. This is Eric. He skates. He's been skating for probably a couple of decades. I've seen old school photo. He posted the photo the other day from like 2011. You're looking younger. This is proper. It's just because you don't know these guys. You might not know these guys because you're used to seeing like European or American skaters, but yeah, this is proper skater run stuff. So I've got the wish frame on there. I suppose I'll just take this opportunity just to show you the parts as well. Liner looks like that. It's really nice and squidgy, the liner. It's got shock absorber on the sides, basic stuff. Shock absorber, actually, it's not really a shock absorber. I've not looked at that before. It's like that. It's not really a shock absorber. It's made of quite a soft material, but I think you'd be forgiven for saying that is just a heel raise rather than a shock absorber. So it's a flat boot on the bottom. I'll show you a cutaway of the skates with the sole kits removed. So it's a flat boot. And I think they wanted to raise the heel up, so they've just put a heel raise in there. It's got a little bit of squidginess to it that maybe you wouldn't consider that a shock absorber. I've removed the mid straps as well. I just thought it looked better without them. The mid straps are like a crank strap, like a proper ratchet strap, which I'm not into mid straps anyway, even at the best of times. But a ratchet strap, just didn't make any sense for me on an aggressive skate. It felt like I was just going to bash it off and maybe like it might rattle around. It's just too hard and rattly for my liking. I don't see any need for a mid strap. Makes it look better, makes it feel more solid, more simple. So liner's got this honeycomb stuff on the outside. It does make it feel kind of squishy against the boot. Feels really nice, that liner. Feels really premium. I will change the liner because I like the rain liners at the moment. Because they're a bit higher. I find that almost every skate, I guess pretty much every aggressive skate on the market digs into me. When I'm doing like top sides and stuff, and you bone your foot over like this, and this part of the cuff just digs through into my leg. I just can't get away from that problem, and the best solution is to have a higher liner, so the kind of area of pressure is dispersed over a wider area. So I will put the rain liners in there. I'll give these a go first with these liners just for the sake of the review. But I can already tell they're nice and comfy. Oh yeah, just quickly, I forgot to say about the sole kits. The Soulplate is really wide. It's 42mm in a size 7 to 8 shell, which is about as big as you can get without it kind of hitting the floor when you corner. So perfect for me. I want the biggest sole kit possible. The Soulplate's really good. Look, by the way, it's a budget skate, but my opinion on this stuff is that the shell part of a budget skate is just exactly the same as the shell part of a skate twice its price. It's only like the extra bits that are making a plastic shell aggressive skate any more expensive. So maybe they've got a better liner in, or better frames, or better wheels. But at this level, when I'm going to change the liner and change the frame and change the wheels anyway, the boot part of the skate of a cheap skate is no different to the boot part of the skate of a skate which is a premium skate. So yeah, I just feel like the plastic boots feel all very similar, and then you end up changing the parts anyway. So yeah, but happy, really like looking forward to that Soulplate. I think Soulplate looks like one of the best out there, including that Royale Groove. What else? Oh yeah, I was going to say about the shell sizing as well. It's shared shell sizing. This is the size 41, 42, UK 7 to 8, and then there's one above that, which they're calling 9 to 9.5. Weird they didn't call it 9 to 10. Maybe they should. And then there's one below that. I'll put it up on screen after I've checked. They don't go above that 9.5. again, yeah, they just didn't make the tooling, didn't make the molds yet for that. So if you're a bigger size, then yeah, this isn't a skate for you. That's it. Yeah, let's go give them a shred in the skate park over here. Look, it's a lovely September evening in Hove. Okay, I had a really good time. I really liked them. I had a good skate. They felt as good as any other hard boot aggressive skate with this setup on it, with the added bonus of that big sole plate, a massive sole plate. I felt really confident on top sides, on square edges. And I don't know how much of that is psychosomatic, but I just felt, yeah, I felt really confident on it as a result. And then the Royale Groove did feel good. It felt really controlled. I don't know, maybe I'm overstating this whole angle of the Royale Groove thing, because let's face it, whatever happens after you've skated a few times or skated a couple of ledges on some skates, you're going to wear in your Royale Groove kind of pretty much the same on every skate. I just kind of hoped that I was going to get them out of the box and do the longest backslide of all time straight out of the box, but yeah, it was good, but it probably still could have done with like a little bit of wearing in just to get complete confidence on backslides, but I could do it. It was good. And then the liner, I skated the stock liner on the left skate like this, and I skated a rain liner on the right skate. They felt exactly the same. I couldn't have told you the difference between them, other than that the rain liner is higher, so it's spreading that pressure point at the top of the ankle a bit wider, like I was talking about. So yeah, I could feel that on the rain liner, but other than that element, the liner felt exactly the same, which is saying something, because a rain liner is a premium liner. It's what, 80-90 pounds, and this is a stock liner in a budget skate. So yeah, really impressed with the liner on these. I said I just had a good time. I mean, like, I guess it's up to the individual whether they like the look of them. Oh, I felt a bit conspicuous on the white skate because I never skate white skates, and yeah, it felt funny, like looking down and seeing this big bright white thing on my foot. I felt like really noticeable. And then I did a top mistral, and I felt like Josh Petty. I've got this image in my head of Josh Petty doing a top mistral in like clean bright white skates, and I can't think what video it is. Comment down below if you know what I'm talking about, if you can think of what video I might be thinking of. But yeah, all in all, and you know, the look, it's fine. I'm okay with it. I'm coming to terms with the look of it, and you know, at this price, so this is £160, so they're as good as a USD Sway, which is about 180, depending which model you buy, and they're better than the Roces M12, like the basic, you know, the black basic Roces M12, which is a similar price. So yeah, in terms, oh yeah, and the Razor Colt as well, I suppose sits around that price, and they're like equally as good as that as well. So definitely good things with this lava skate. I really like it. Trying to think of something bad to say about it, because I like to try and find a negative. I suppose the only thing that I felt was that, you know, when you get a Soulplate that's that shape, where it's just the same width at the front as it is at the back, I found it hard to do frontside Royales on ledges and like stay on the ledge for a long time. So I can understand why some skates, like a Mesmer or something like that, has that smaller sole plate at the front. But yeah, this is you know, it's only the same as any other skate with a wide sole plate at the front. So that's about as big of a negative I can find. And yeah, the Lava 755. That's it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.